Okay, let's be honest. We all use Instagram, probably every single day. But when did you last actually look at your privacy settings? If you're drawing a blank or thinking, never, you are definitely not alone. So today we're going to fix that. We're going to walk through step by step how to take back control of your account.
So let's just start with the biggest question right off the bat. With your current settings, who's watching you? By default, the answer is, well, pretty much anyone who wants to. And that right there is the problem we are going to solve together, starting now.
And look, this stuff isn't just some abstract what-if scenario. When your accounts are public by default, it means your data is actively being used to build a profile on you for ads. It opens the door to unwanted contact, or worse, harassment. And yeah, it makes it a lot easier for someone to pretend they're you. These are real risks, and we're about to shut them down. Don't worry, we've got a super clear 5-part plan. We'll start with your first and best line of defense. Then we'll get into setting your digital boundaries. After that, we'll shrink your data footprint, help you become a bit of a digital ghost, and wrap it all up with an ongoing safety plan to keep you protected. Sound good? Let's dive in.
All right, Section 1, your first line of defense. We're talking about the 2 most critical settings you can change this very second for a huge, immediate impact on your privacy.
I want you to think about your Instagram account like it's your house. Right now, if it's public, that's like leaving the front door not just unlocked, but wide open. Anyone can just walk right in and look around. Switching to a private account, that's you walking over and locking that front door. Click. Suddenly, you get to decide who gets a key. You're in charge of the guest list.
And you know what? Locking that door is so simple. You just hop into your settings in privacy, tap on account privacy, and just flip that switch to private account. Done! Honestly, it's probably the single most powerful thing you can do. So, the front door's locked. Great. Now let's add a deadbolt. That's exactly what two-factor authentication, you'll hear it called 2FA, really is. It means even if a thief somehow gets your password, your key, they still can't get in because they don't have that second code that gets sent only to your phone.
Setting this up is just as straightforward. In your settings, you'll find the Account Center. From there, go to Password and Security and turn on two-factor authentication. Trust me, this is an absolute must-have for stopping anyone else from getting into your account.
Okay, our digital house is now locked and bolted. Awesome. Now for Section 2, we're going to fine-tune our digital boundaries. This is all about deciding who can ring your doorbell, who can tag you in photos, or slide into your DMs. Think about it this way. This is you deciding who gets to show up at your door. By setting mentions to only people you follow, you basically stop all that random spam. And by manually approving tags, you get to control your own public image. No more surprise tags and weird photos. You decide who can talk to you and about you. It puts you right back in the driver's seat.
So, we've managed how people can interact with us. Now let's talk about the information we're giving away without even realizing it. In Section 3, we're going to minimize your data footprint. This is like cleaning up the digital breadcrumbs you leave behind and making that trail a whole lot smaller. So what exactly is in this data footprint? Oh, it's everything. It's your location data. It's your entire phone's contact list if you've allowed it. It's your activity on other apps and websites, a detailed profile of ad topics it thinks you like, even every single thing you've ever searched for. It's a staggering amount of data. Okay, so how do we shrink it? It's easier than you think. First, go turn off contact syncing. Stop handing over your entire address book. Second, make it a habit to clear your search history. And third, and this is a big one, go into your actual phone settings and change Instagram's location access to never, or at least while using app. 3 simple tweaks, one much smaller data footprint. And you've got to check this one out. You can actually go into your ad settings and see the giant list of topics that Instagram thinks you care about. You can go through and just remove any that are wrong or that you just don't want advertisers targeting you with. It's like you get to edit the marketing profile they've built on you. It is surprisingly powerful.
All right, our data footprint is smaller, our account is secure. Now we can shift gears a little from pure security to just personal comfort. Section 4 is what I call becoming a digital ghost. It's all about using the app on your terms without feeling like you're always on display.
You know that little green dot? The one that tells everyone you're online? Turning that off, it is a total game changer. Seriously, it means you can pop into the app, check your messages, and browse without feeling that immediate pressure to reply to everyone right now. It's kind of like being able to wander through a party without a spotlight following you around. You just get to be.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section, your ongoing safety plan.
Because this is the real secret. Privacy isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. It's a habit. It's something you practice.
And this little checklist makes it totally painless. Once a month, just take 2 minutes and prune your follower list. See who's there. Every 3 months or so, do a quick spot check on your big security settings like 2FA and those ad topics. And of course, always be a little suspicious of weird links in your DMs. That's it. A super simple, totally manageable routine.
And there's a really good reason for this. You can set everything up perfectly today, but platforms like Instagram are always changing things, always adding new features. Sometimes an update can even reset some of your choices back to the default. That little quarterly check-in just makes sure that you stay in control, no matter what they change on their end.
So, we've locked the door, we've managed the guest list, and we've cleaned up our digital tracks. But remember, privacy isn't just a setting you flip once, it's a practice. So after hearing all this, my question for you is, what's the one step you're going to take today to start owning your privacy?